with 7.
Molina with 8 goals in 4 games. He has not played the full slate of 6 games thus far, so he has been in red-hot form. And you just feel that in a fixture like this, it will be decided by those big-name players. And it don't get much bigger than Kevin Molino.
Well, again, don't forget, you can download the SportsMax app so that you can keep up to date with the game. Download it on your Apple or Android via the App Store or on Google Play. And of course, don't miss the action on your home of champions. But it's going to be a good game here. You expect first coming up against second to be very tight and very competitive. And of course, Brent, at the end of the day, who takes the chances? Well, here's the ball played wide. It's with Neptune. He tries to play it infield, looking for Corbin. The defense force get possession. It's with Isaiah Garcia. Goes all the way back to his goalkeeper, Bigot. Gets it to Justin Garcia. This is Gonzalez. Well, we're not sure what's happening.
On it, it's claims of the ball being soft.
Oh, okay. Well, referee's not.
And he's not.
Referee Derry is not paying too much attention, so they kick it outside.
And they've not changed.
Not changed the ball. No.
I'm not sure.
And the thing about it,
the referee Derry didn't look too interested.
No. Another ball is on the field. Many balls are now coming onto the field.
And it's clearly some of the balls are not hard enough.
Well, he's going to give the ball back to defense force, to Gonzalez.
Yeah. I'm just looking at and going back to the shot there, Colin, of the lineup for miscellaneous. Sorry, for MIC Central FC Reboot, and they have Corbin and Tyrone Charles. It looks like Corbin is tucking in almost like a false 9, which means both players with 9 goals in the season. But here comes defense force. Yeah.
Yep. Not a bad effort, but it takes a deflection. So Fernandez has no problem. Levi Fernandez.
So it really does leave almost a 2-man midfield for Central FC.
That's a long kick.
They're showing a lot of attacking intent.
Charles giving chase. Garcia. Is Isaiah Garcia gets it to, that is Keller. Goes wide. This is Felix. Going down the left side. Sends it across.
They need a better service here, unfortunately.
Free kick. Referee Derry says a foul committed. And it's a free kick for Central FC.
And just to finish my point with the Central FC lineup, not so concerned about what they can do offensively, of course, as we have a look of Coach Jason Spence. But my concern for Central FC is whether or not the likes of Corbin and Rushford, etc., can do their work defensively. They've been deployed in positions that has a responsibility attached to it. And I just wonder if they're able to do that. Because he's playing in that false 9, Corbin, Colin, and it does mean he will have to track the players, of course.
There's Coach Denzel Theobald. Ball played downfield to no one in particular, and it's cleared back up by Mirez. Garcia playing it forward. Hear the sound of a jet coming maybe from Piarco. The airport pretty close to this ground. There's loads of traffic, Brent, this afternoon coming up here. So a lot of police vehicles. I was looking out for you, making sure you weren't being held, in this SOE.
I'm very sure.
But I didn't see your vehicle.
He may have been hoping.
Oh, Brent, I would never wish that in you. Come on. No matter how bad I wouldn't defend you, but I wouldn't, no matter what you do, I wouldn't wish that in you. But there are loads of traffic getting up here, my word. Tears that ball to Sturge, heads it on, but Felix takes control of it. Plays it nicely down towards Thomas. Felix wins it back. Cuts inside nicely with it. Oh, that's a foul.
Yeah, that's late.
Very, very late on Leacock. So he goes down. And it's going to be a free kick for Defence Force.
Yeah, good turn by Leacock. Just cutting inside of Sturge, who eventually stopped his progress illegally. Good hesitation. Shifting his body and coming in.
Not a bad foul to give away, Brent, because he was away.
He was in, yeah. Because if he started to motor inside, he would have been in a situation where he probably would have had one or maybe even two defenders to take on before getting a sight on Fernandez. But still, nevertheless, Colin, free kick in a dangerous position.
Yep. And Felix is there. Sadu is there. You would think this ball would be going somewhere into the box. It does, but out comes Fernandez.
I tell you what,
punches it.
no conversation there.
Yeah. Player ran into him, his defender. Defence Force, they've started well though, but free kick. Foul committed.
Yeah, he just got a little niggle on Molino's ankle.
Molino, yeah.
He's so versed in taking balls in those difficult, tight pockets, and that's what you want from your midfielder, really, to keep possession of it. Does that ever so well. He's done that well throughout his career, really.
Oh yeah, he has. Ball played down. Leacock is there. Taken up and by
offside.
Thomas.
Yeah.
It's offside. Bertran seems to be the man in an offside position. So the top of the table clash here is the Tobago Premier Football League Tier 1 division. Of course, Tier 2, Brent, starts this weekend. With some 21 teams taking part in the Tier 2 division in 2 groups. So it should be interesting, that as well.
It's good to have football start
for sure.
That level for one of your players. As we see a cross-section of the
spectators looking
it's gotten quite busy here.
Yeah, it has.
I know you lamented the fact that it was a sparse crowd to start with, but
it's really grown.
Since then it's grown.
Yeah, boy. Whoa. This is a great run. Let's see the cross.
It's well defended. Yeah. Because for a second there, I thought Rushford would have
been in,
gotten the better of Felix, but did well to get back and eventually make that challenge to block the cross. There were numbers in the box for him, Rushford.
Well, he's got a corner out of it, so I don't think he'd be too alarmed at that. He's going to try and put Defence Force under pressure, but they defend so well to set pieces, don't they?
Yeah, they've got some veterans in there.
Let's have a look at Rushford with the corner.
It's a good ball.
Not a bad ball at all. And the heads go up. And eventually the shot coming, but going over the bar. Of course, not a bad effort, but Neptune couldn't really get over the ball to keep it down. But here is Garcia getting it towards Keller. He goes wide to Felix, back to Justin Garcia. He's looking for some movement. He's walking with the ball. In fact, plays it to Gonzalez. Back to Garcia. He now swings it wide out to Bertran. Playing it one time, back in field. That's good defending from Mirez. Clears his lines. Sadu with the header. Corbin gets it to Sturge. Sturge plays a good ball up the line towards Rushford. Garcia is there. Plays it back to goalkeeper Bigot. Felix out to Garcia. Sturge wins it but couldn't keep it in. Nice fast pace at the moment, Brent. Both these teams.
Both teams are certainly showing their appetite, as you would expect, Colin, when it's first versus second encounter. I just think that when you play these type of game, Colin, it's really about counting, and the ones that can be stood up and count and be counted.
Yeah.
And the players, the team with the most players that can be counted, normally wins a match like this.
Well, this is Keller playing it towards.
That's a
Beauty of a
very
ball,
good ball.
Fernandez does well. Read it early. So it's going to be a goal kick. Bertran couldn't get there in time. And the coach see a ball on the sideline, Brent. He's done very well, hasn't he?
Exceedingly well.
Yeah, I mean, he's
exceedingly well. That's his first year.
Yeah.
Of course, and coaching one of the more storied footballing programs in Trinidad and Tobago. A team with a tremendous amount of history attached to it, and
yeah, but you still got
under
to
pressure.
do the job, don't you?
Well, this is the point, the pressure that comes with taking a job like that, and he's taking it in stride, and more importantly, he's shown a lot of confidence in what he's done coaching. This is good so far.
Well, here's Sadhu. Felix goes down that left side, but Sadhu,
good ball.
Not a bad ball at all. This could be an opportunity.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's in.
Well, that man again, Isaiah Leacock. In minute number 11, Defence Force take the lead. A lovely ball from Sadhu. You could see goalkeeper Fernandez had a little problem coming out, Brent. I thought he was a little late. Let's have a look.
And I talked about the responsibility of those players that have asked to play in particular positions, and the time and space that Sadhu had to pick that pass out is an example of what I was suggesting. And of course, Leacock there to get ahead of Fernandez. But look at the time and space, Colin, that Sadhu had to make that pass. There's no pressure on the ball. There's no one trying to close him down, or no one trying to hurry or rush him. And because of that, he was able to make a clean cross into the box. Any
fault of the central defenders not getting rid of it?
Well, I think it's always going to be a difficult ball to deal with. I thought they could have done better with the initial clearance. And I think once that phase passed and the ball bubbled into the air, it was anybody's well. And I think Leacock was always going to get there first before Fernandez. But I go back to my point, Colin, that initial pressure on Sadhu was not there.
It's not there, yeah, you're right. You're very right. Here is the ball played into the middle. Sadhu wins it. What I like, Brent, so far is the energy being put out here by Defence Force. You know, they're first, but you know, they almost look as if, hey, we need to win this game more than Central FC. And I'm not saying Central FC, they're not playing well, but it just seems that so far Defence Force are much quicker to the ball. Well, here is the ball played wide.
Yeah, they certainly have the bit between the teeth, don't they, Defence Force? And
they just look so, how should I, they look as if, you know what, here is the, so Isaiah Leacock, confirmation of that goal in the 11th minute, and it now means, Brent, he's up to what, 7 goals?
Yeah, it's just remarkable what they've done so far.
7 games. He scored a goal a game, basically. And when you think of him and Molino, if you take the two of them out of this team, well, and I'm not saying for one moment that Defence Force would not win, but when you've got two gifted goal scorers like the two of them, it certainly helps.
Yeah, and the contribution around them as well. Of course, you talk about the energy, and that's certainly there. The industry of Sadhu and Keller in the middle of the park that allows Molina to do that, and of course the veteran leadership of Double Garcia at the back has been really good. Can't lose it there. He's done well, Leacock.
Yep. Gets it back to Gonzalez.
It's a brilliant ball.
Long ball, Bertran. Gets possession. What is he going to do with it? He's still in possession, looking to play it to Keller. Ball goes wide towards Isaiah Garcia. Bertran with a cross.
Ball.
Fernandez does well. Punches it out. Rushford plays a good ball up the line to Charles. Looking to take on his man in Keller. Comes inside with it. Plays it to Rushford. He plays it back towards Charles. Bigot had to come, and Charles just wasn't able to penetrate and find the back of the net.
Yeah, and I just wondered if it was necessary for Bigot to come, because there were a couple shoots in and around there. So we have another look. Tyrone Charles at a surge and run eventually gets that return pass from Rushford. Look at where Garcia is. And maybe Bigot could have stayed in the line. Nevertheless, it's...
Well, he's got away with it.
He's got away with it, but he made the decision, and should be told he did have an impact on where that final ball ended up from.
Sturge playing a good ball in field towards Corbin. He goes wide as going up that left side is Neptune. Back to Neptune. Daniel David was the man playing that ball in field or playing it back out. Yeah, very poor header. But eventually cleared downfield.
Should be straightforward for Fernandez. He's hesitating.
That's well in the end.
Yeah. He looked very unsure, Colin.
Yeah,
the goalkeeper.
yeah, I think, well, because Leacock was coming at a rate of knots. And I don't think he expected Leacock to be on him so quickly. But he did well. Felix playing that ball to Leacock. And Wall says the referee, it's going to be a free kick for Defence Force.
So
15 minutes gone
so far.
And Defence Force leading by 1-0. Would you look at Central FC, Brent, maybe for them just to slow the game down a little bit, hold the ball more, but they're being pressured all the time.
Yeah, I was about to say they can't because every time Defence Force loses a football, their first instinct is to try to win it back immediately. And because of that, Central FC have been harried and hustled into making passes. And so far, they just should be told, Colin, they just haven't been able to settle.
Well, here is Sadu. Not a bad ball again, but headed on and into the back of the net it goes. It looks to be Bertran. Let's have a look. It is Bertran. In minute number 17, Defence Force, they are running away with this. And it's that man again, Sadu, with the free kick. Going to the far post, and in came Bertran, and what a good goal.
Look at the red shirts, Colin. Look at their reaction. All looking, ball watching, defender on the far post. And you can't do that. That's criminal defending. Once the ball's head on by Sturge, he was onside. And I'm pretty sure coming in at the back post, it needed better reaction from Central FC. Just poor marking in the back post. That's just diabolical. You can't do that at this level. And Bertram had the easiest of tasks to put it into the back of the net.
So Shaquille Bertran makes it 2-0 now for Defence Force. There's confirmation of the goal scorer. And you just have to think, Brent, it's a situation here that Central FC now, they've got to keep the scoreline down. Because you know Defence Force, the thing is, they don't sit back and say, okay, they're 2 up. They push. But they push for more goals. Here's that ball played back to Bigot. Well, he was hustled there.
He was very late there, Charles, and it's very similar to the Phillips situation, but different result.
Yeah.
I believe in the other game, I believe Allen it was that was booked for a similar type of challenge this time. For Charles,
I don't think he
gets out scot-free.
He gets away with it. Just a tackle there, just above the ankle. Made contact with Bigot. See Garcia there complaining to the referee. And look at some of the spectators.
Certainly the numbers are.
Yeah, the numbers have grown. Yeah,
seen a lot
it's
of
a really good crowd now.
Yellow and black Defence Force supporter tees all over the spot. Really taken this league by storm, Colin.
Yeah, they have. You know, they've in the past, Brent, we've seen Defence Force
start slow all the time.
You took the words out of my mouth, and we
always comment about it.
Yeah,
Defence is going to come. They're going to come.
But I mean, boy, I tell you, with this start, it's who's going to catch them.
Yeah, just some blistering, and they've not given many of their opponents any opportunity to settle. It's been relentless, and they're currently up by 2 goals, Colin. And if you've just switched on, you've watched the last 3 minutes or so, you wouldn't think so.
No, you wouldn't. But they took their 2 goals very well indeed. Well, here's Garcia, Justin Garcia. Goes wide to Felix. They have real stalwarts as well in defense force, aren't they? And even Gonzalez didn't play very much last year.
Yeah.
But
Surprised about that.
and then you have Keller, the defensive midfielder. Ball goes all the way through to Fernandez. Good run there from Molino. That's good football.
Excellent football. He's offside.
Rashford.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just went too early. Surprised he did, because it was a good bit of interplay by Central FC.
I was about
just
to
needed
say
to
that.
hold his run a bit.
Neptune brings it down nicely. We haven't seen Ross Russell Jr. There he is. Hasn't been in the game very much.
Yeah.
But he loses the ball. Sadu comes away with it.
Look at this, Colin. 6v6. Look at the shoots pouring forward.
Oh, Leacock just goes wide. Took a deflection. Very upset that it took a deflection. I tell you what, if it didn't take, I'm wondering, Brent, if it didn't take that deflection.
It would have been in.
Yeah.
I think so. Certainly. He seemed well entertained behind the goal.
Yep.
There's Punanjan on there. Certainly would have been better suited being on the pitch, but of course just signed a new contract.
I may not agree with you. Here's the shot. Just going wide. It took the deflection and it's going to be a corner. So here's the corner. It goes behind and it's going to be a goal kick. So just about 20 minutes gone here. Defense force comfortably leading by 2-0. Remember, this is first 1v2. And defense force at the moment 3 points clear of Central FC. And of course, AC Port of Spain, who won earlier tonight, they are also on 15 points. So defense force, if they were to win tonight, they would go 6 points clear. Isaiah Garcia. That's hit too long.
Yeah, it's a good idea in the sense of Kaim Thomas made an inward run and of course Garcia made the play over the top, but they've done that on a couple of occasions. They've caught Central FC cold. Of course, fans are enjoying it, Colin.
Oh, for sure.
I
was about to ask you who you think they supported.
You
You're
can't
not
tell
sure.
by that facial expression.
Yeah, and then the clothes as well. You know.
It's not defense force clothes.
Well, defense force they've always been in yellow, and changed this year in this sort of navy blue kit.
It's an almost a part of their logo has purple in it, so I think it's probably indicative of that particular color in it. It's, I believe it's their third away strip. As a Liverpool fan, you should know about third strips.
Well, I do, but I'm not sure. First time I'm actually seeing defense force play, Brent, for the season.
Yes, of course, that man there has a remarkable run of goals. 7 games, 7 goals.
Yeah.
Is that what you dream of a striker?
You remember at one time, Brent, he had started off with AC Port of Spain. Went on to defense. Yes, a lovely ball played through by Felix, but couldn't be controlled. Yeah, he was with AC Port of Spain, and I think it took us by surprise when all of a sudden he went across the defense force. But he's been a tremendous success with AC Port of Spain and now with defense force.
Correct. He's really played his role, and I think last season he did had an in and out season, but certainly this season, Colin, he has made statements.
Yeah, that's right.
And of course, with Coach Dwight York here in the pavilion, you just wonder. That's naughty. That's very naughty.
He's going to get a card for sure.
Yeah.
Sturge.
Business as usual for Sturge.
Yes. So Sturge gets a yellow card. There's the free kick. There is Dwight York.
Well, he looks like
and Russell Latterby stands next to him.
Hopefully they've been given a lot to think about.
Here's that ball. Fernandez comes, does well, punches it. It's going to be a throw.
I'll credit Fernandez for being brave in coming out, but I do question whether or not he should be coming out, because it's a land of the trees there.
Sadhu trying to thread it through. They win a throw. So there's confirmation of that yellow card. Sturge picking up that yellow card. We've seen him in so many games we've televised, Brent, and he's always been able to pick up the yellow card.
Yeah, this is no different.
I think he's going to blame us. Well, you. But here is...
To say he's a no-nonsense defender is an understatement.
That's right. There's the ball. This is Gonzalez. He does well. Turns with it. Looks to play down the line. Leacock and Bertran are they attacking it together.
I think...
I thought Bertran was getting onto that, and then all of a sudden
it looked like Garcia was going to get there.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay. Isaiah Garcia. Yeah, I thought he had played it through to Bertran.
Tremendous pass by Garcia.
Yeah.
AKA Boyo, and just very unlucky. Sturge has to be careful.
Lovely ball played there to Felix. He has a go, takes a deflection, and is gone behind for a corner.
Well, the desire to get the third goal is certainly there for defense force. Again, good bit of interplay. The ball eventually comes out to Felix, and had one thing in his mind: have a shot and goal, and that's the left back proceeding up the park. Good stuff so far.
So the corner, Sadhu is going to take it. Let's have it's probably going to go far post, because the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 defense force players lined up at that far post. They all make a run now, and the ball went over the head of Isaiah Garcia, who was making that run coming in, and it just went over his head. Sturge. Charles fighting for it, but it's one here, and here comes the Central FC with Daniel. Plays it in field to Corbin. This is Charles. They go back to Antoine. He goes wide towards Neptune.
This is better from Central FC.
Charles being fouled, and it's going to be a free kick. Yeah, at least they're trying to knock the ball around. Sturge. Daniel David goes back all the way towards Mirez. Back to Daniel David. Goes all the way back to goalkeeper Fernandez. Rochford trying to hold off Felix. And the ball comes off of Rochford. It's going to be a throw for defense force. Gonzalez back to Garcia. Keller. Goes back to Bigot. Long ball. Thomas giving chase. Molino getting there now before Sturge. Sending it across. Oh my word.
It's got to finish.
Leacock. Of all people, you would want the ball going to Leacock, and he skied it high over the bar. He had all the time in the world, Brent. He looked up, he saw the keeper where he was, and he skied it.
Yeah, I think it's a combination of complacency and poor technique. Great job there by Molino.
What a cross.
He's leaning back, Colin. Look at that. He's leaning back. He's just not getting himself over the ball and getting a proper strike on it. A bit complacent. They'd be disappointed, especially in the rich vein of form that he's been in.
Should have had a brace.
He should have had a brace already.
What a great ball from Molino, wasn't it?
Well, it's good work by Molino. Got in front of his marker and was able to get in there.
can see every time Molino gets the ball, Brent, you see the class. He's such a good player. You know, he's either playing it off one, that, you know, he's very rare as he had more than 2 touches on the ball. And they tell you that what a good player is like, unless he's running at the defense. Here he makes the run down that right side. Not going to get there. Oh, he does. Whew. Gets it back to Bertran. And a little bit of a deflection. It's going to come out to Rushford. But there goes Keller, pressuring him. Sturge. Corbin. Not a great ball. And it's going to be a throw for Defence Force. Coming up to the half-hour mark. Defence Force still leading from goals from Leacock and Bertran. Of course, coach Jason Spence there. Just making a point to a couple of his players. Might be a little bit disappointed that they're 2 goals down, but I tell you what, it's been a good performance from Defence Force. So real action here at La Hoqueta Recreation Ground. A throw for Central FC. So don't forget to download the SportsMax app so that you can keep up with the game. Download it on your Apple or Android via the App Store or on Google Play. Don't miss the action on your home of champions. So here's Bigot as we talk about the action. Sends it long, searching for Leacock. Headed by Mirez, but picked up by Thomas. Goes to Molino. He goes wide to Felix. Molino comes back for that ball. Keller being pressured. Molino. Back to Garcia. Molino. One down the left side towards Thomas. Sturge. He gets it to Rushford. He gives it away to Molino. Looking to play a 1-2 with Leacock. Didn't work out. FC gets the ball. They're being pressured and literally they give it away.
Yeah, and just done a terrific job, Defence Force, in just winning the ball back as soon as you lose it. That's just basic football they've been great at.
Felix goes back to Justin Garcia. Thomas made that run inside, but Elton John sends it back to Fernandez, plays it out to Rushford. Corbin.
That's a good foul.
That's a foul.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if he gets away without a card, but
seems he will. Keller.
It's an intelligent foul.
Oh yeah, it was. Oh, he's just going to get a token. I'm surprised as well. I thought you'd have got a card because he actually hauled down Rushford, or Corbin, sorry, took him to the ground, and especially when he was on the go. David, chip ball over the top. Garcia, Isaiah Garcia, goes wide to Bertran. Garcia. Ball played in field. Long ball played. Thomas is on the run with Sturge. Looking to turn. Sturge still with him. Sends it over the far side. This is Bertran. He has the crack. And it goes to Leacock. Still Leacock. Oh, it took the leg of Fernandez. You have to give him credit there. It was a good save, but Leacock should have scored. That could have been a hat-trick for him. He should have put it into the back of the net. You could see him very, very upset. But let's have a look.
Good work again by Defence Force. It's got both players on the floor. It's just got to blast it into the back of the net. It's got to blast it there.
Should have been his third goal.
He's done everything right there. You could have maybe even just lifts it off.
Yeah, but Leacock missed one earlier when he skied it high over the bar. That could have been his second goal. And now he should have had his third. So here goes Up that left side, Central FC. Well, what a good tackle. Seemed to be, who was that making the run? It looked like Antoine. Sturge. Looking for some movement. Gets it to Charles. He has to go back because he's being pressured. Turns with it. And, well, he went for thought he would have got the free kick. This is Leacock. Sends it across. No one is there. Elton John picks it up. And he goes wide towards Neptune. Actually, it's Ross Russell Jr. who's gone back towards a left back position. This is Ross Russell Jr. Sends a long searching ball looking for Charles. But Felix is going to allow it to run to goalkeeper Bigot, who no doubt is going to give it to take his time. It's the first time we've seen Defence Force slow down the game. This is Gonzalez.
Look at this for a tackle, Colin. Loved it.
I know you'd love it.
It's very much...
It was actually Daniel David who was the recipient of that tackle.
I'm surprised you didn't say it's a Brent Sancho tackle. Is it because there was
no foul
or red cards attached to it?
Yeah, there was no foul. Here's the shot over the bar. Well, you had to think Corbin should have hit the target at least. He had all the time, he had room to pick his spot, and he hit it over the bar.
Yeah, good bit of interplay there. Clever invention there by Neptune.
Look at the space he had, Brent. Corbin.
Probably had time to maybe take a touch and try to pass it into the goal.
Felix. Sadu pushed in the back, and it's going to be a free kick.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate because Central FC had them in a good position.
Yep.
And that free kick just really bails them out, Defence Force.
Yeah, Antoine just pushing the back of Sadu, who plays
No need really, was there?
Yeah, Keller, long ball, looking for Bertran. Sadu going forward with it, but it's picked up now by Bertran. But here comes Central FC. Defence Force win it back. Long ball. Leacock is onside. And this time he's going to get his second goal. Well, that could have been a beaver. Finally, in minute 38, well, Leacock, he just can't help it, can he?
Well, I want you to spare a thought for Garcia. What a tremendous pass. First he wins the football and then had the gumption to make this pass. Look at that. Just win the ball a couple of seconds ago. Look at this for a pass, Colin. It's well onside. Good first touch. Fernandez in no man's land. And Leacock making up for his two ink blotterings before, because that, Colin, is probably the most difficult out of the other two previous chances that he missed. But he put that one into the back of the net.
That's right. So he's got 8 goals, as just as much as Kevin Molino. So both men on 8 goals, and there is confirmation. Leacock in minute number 38 has made it 3-0. And I tell you what, Brent, it could have been 5-0, couldn't it?
Yeah, I certainly agree with you there. And a lot of it is because of the amount of energy, effort they've put into this game, Defence Force. They've just not allowed Central FC to settle any stretch of their imagination.
Now the question to you is Central FC playing badly?
That's a difficult one. I think they've just been ruled over.
Well, this is it. I was hoping you'd say that, because I was hoping you'd not say, yes, they're playing badly.
No,
they're just being rolled over.
Yeah.
And they've got no answer. You know, it's been, in my view, it's been a tremendous performance thus far by Defence Force. My word. Here is Garcia, Justin Garcia. Gets it to Felix. Molino. It's one here by Mirez. And you look at the Central FC defense, right? It's not a bad defense, huh? I mean, Ross Russell Jr. has gone back into the left back position, but you think of Mirez, you think of Sturge, you think of Elton John. They're not a bad defensive unit. You'd have to think they need to get a goal back before halftime to at least say to themselves, well, you know what, we got a chance in the second half. In the meantime,
Thomas
is down. Yeah, Thomas is down. Came Thomas.
And to go to your point, Colin, and I know we'll have a longer discussion at the half-time conversation. If you're Central FC, it's not about X's and O's, is it really? It's about lifting your levels to Defence Force levels. That's where you start. That's the first conversation you have. If I'm Coach Spence, when I go into the locker room, can you lift your energy levels, your tenacity, your desire to win football matches to the levels of Defence Force? That's the full. Forget X's and O's, as you rightfully say. It's all about lifting it, and I think that's the question. Can Central FC lift their levels?
Well, it's a throw for Central. It's with Corbin. Oh, he gives it back to them.
Yeah, rightfully so. Yeah, he's right for doing that. It's a terrific ball.
Leacock runs straight into Mirez. He goes down. And this is Mirez. Just about 4 minutes left to half-time, plus added on time. David plays it towards Elton John. He gives it to Ross Russell Jr. Chips that ball forward to no man's land. Out comes Bigot.
He did well. He did well, Bigot.
Yeah, he's read it early, didn't he?
Yeah. He made up his mind early and was able to get there.
Garcia, wide to Felix. Ball goes out of play and it's going to be a throw for Central FC. Rushford gives it away. There goes Leacock. Plays a ball just his right thing, trying to find Molino.
Yeah, needed a bit more care.
Yeah.
Just looked like he just placed his head up and passed the ball and just gave it away quite easily. That's dangerous.
Ross Russell Jr. trying to run through 2-3 men. Not able to. There was Antoine fighting for it. Long ball comes across field, but offside is Thomas. It's going to be a free kick for Central FC. Fernandez with the kick. Justin Garcia plays it down towards Thomas, but it comes back to the Defence Force defenders. They clear the line. Sturge to Corbin. He gives it away to Molino. Molino gives it away to Sturge. As Sturge comes forward with it. Looks to play a ball through to Charles, and he's offside. It's going to be a free kick for Defence Force. Just about 2 minutes left in the first half. We understand that there's going to be 3 minutes of added on time. Ball played all the way back to Bigot. Justin Garcia. So cool Defence Force coming out of defense into attack. Ball played. Molino couldn't control it. I don't think Felix really meant it there. But Molino just couldn't deal with it. Then a long ball for Rushford. Looking to take on Felix. Goes one way, then the next, sends the ball across. That's great defending. In the end, it seemed to be Gonzalez getting there before Charles and putting it over the bar. That's great defending.
Yeah, top defending there by the veteran. Garcia, you had
Was
to
it
get that.
Garcia?
Yeah, he had to get that correct.
I thought it was Gonzalez at one point.
Gonzalez, sorry. Gonzalez got that spot on there. How many defenders would have put that into their own net?
Yeah, you're very right. Don't call names, Brent.
No, I wouldn't call your name, that's for sure.
Here's a ball back across the goal. It goes out, and it's going to be a goal kick.
Yeah, I think the combination of Gonzalez and Garcia has been just simply superb at the back for Defence Force. Maturity, experience, and commanding as well, Colin. They've really, when you look at the two attackers in Corbin and Tyrone Charles, they've kept them almost virtually as spectators.
That's right.
Both Garcia and Gonzalez, and give them credit. Bigot hasn't seen any action. His shirt looks bright green, like it's just come out of...
I don't think he's had a save to make. He came out for a long ball, but other than that, I can't recall him. Oh, and then there was one, I think when Rushford came in on the right side and he came out. But other than that, I can't recall him having much to do. Here's Rushford.
Done well, Rushford, really well.
Gets it into Charles. Antoine to David. Goes wide to Ross Russell. Ross Russell is on the go, up that left side. Decides to play it back towards David. He goes further back. This is Mirez. Sturge. Just about a minute so far we've played of the 3 minutes of added on time. Defence Force comfortably leading by 3-0. Bigot seeing some action, even though it's just to go and pick up the ball. Is he going to go long? No doubt he will. Searching for Leacock. Heads go up. It's going to go all the way through to goalkeeper Fernandez. He himself sends a long kick upfield. Corbin trying to get it through towards Charles. Let's see. He's one.
Yeah, it has to be a goal kick. I wonder why there was even
a debate. Well, there's another plane passing overhead. Again, we're very close to the Piarco International Airport. And so when the planes are taking off and heading somewhere beyond, the jets make so much noise. But here is Bigot with the goal kick. We're in the final minute of the 3. Rushford with the header. Charles looking to head it on. Picked up here by Garcia. Goes all the way back to Bigot. Here goes Molino. Playing that ball through. And Fernandez does well. He seems to come off his line very quickly, Brent.
Yeah. Well, he makes his mind up and he follows through.
Yeah.
Some occasions when he has come off his line, it does have me a bit worried. That's a foul.
Leacock brought down in the final minute here as the referee blows his whistle now to indicate that the 3 minutes of added on time has been played and Defence Force. Just as we have 3 minutes of added on time, they comfortably lead here at the La Hoqueta Recreation Ground. It's such a good performance thus far by them. It's halftime here in the second game of the doubleheader. Defence Force FC, they lead Miscellaneous Central FC comfortably by 3-0, and it's halftime here. So we're going to take a break and come back.
Sister, welcome. We've missed this boat. Let's not miss the next one.
It's been revealed. The SportsMax Zone is the #1 show on Caribbean television.
Are we supposed to assume that this was an accidental leak?
No, Faz, but here's the thing. It's riveting.
Just lock it down then. If we're not going to do this, let's just lock it down. What is the point?
Do you think he's a favorite to retain his
Who?
It's bold.
Definitely the best club in the world, hands down.
in the world?
You know, that's not even a question.
My heart is still in Trinidad, but my thoughts could be abroad.
And it's a whole lot of fun.
Let's just keep the conversation over here for teams that got out of the group, you know?
This guy you see here, he's an idiot.
This time me I go take it to them.
Jamaica my thing day. Is that how y'all know? How y'all say it? You say Jamaica my thing.
This time me I go take it to them.
Join us weekdays 4:30 p.m. Jamaica time, 5:30 p.m. ECT on SportsMax. La Liga action is on Sunday with 4 matches live on SportsMax 2, including Real Madrid at home to Las Palmas. The marathon starts at 8 a.m., 9 a.m. ECT. AZ Alkmaar battles Roma in UEFA Europa League Matchday 7 action. Thursday, 12:45 p.m., 1:45 p.m. ECT on SportsMax and on the SportsMax app.
T20 powerhouses India and England in a white ball showdown. Number 3 ranked England in the subcontinent and starting with a 5-match T20 series against the top-ranked and reigning world T20 champions. Stay tuned to SportsMax and SportsMax Cricket for the first match Wednesday the 22nd of January in Kolkata and culminating with a 5th T20 on the 2nd of February. Matches at 9:30 a.m. in the Eastern Caribbean, 8:30 in Jamaica. Your sports destination. Get the SportsMax app now.
We watch for the players. We watch for the goals. We watch for the memories. And the memories last forever. We watch matches from Arsenal and Manchester City every week on SportsMax and SportsMax 2 and relive the stories, the defeats, the triumphs. Your memories live here on your home of champions and on the SportsMax app. Stay connected when you stream on the SportsMax app.
Match week 18 is on in earnest in the Jamaica Premier League. Check out the upcoming televised matches.
Welcome back here to La Hoqueta Recreation Ground. It's halftime in the top of the table clash between Defence Force and Miscellaneous Central FC. Defence Force, they're leading here easily at halftime by 3-0. Let's have a look at the highlights. Well, referee Timothy Derry, he had the whistle. And Justin Sadu, what a good ball. And Leacock did the rest. The keeper came. He's claiming a foul, but Leacock went straight up and headed the ball into the back of the net. And just like that, after 11 minutes, it was 1-0. Lovely ball from Sadu. And goalkeeper Fernandez decided he would come. Didn't get there before Leacock. And Leacock head up, went into the back of the net. It's 1-0. Then a free kick from Sadu. It was headed on by Sturge inadvertently. He headed it, instead of heading it forward, he headed it backwards, and Bertran, coming in at the far post, was a difficult skill because he took it in the volley. He kept it down nicely and put it into the back of the net. And then Molino, what a great ball. And Leacock, what an easy chance here. But he was leaning back. The ball, brilliant effort from Molino to get it in. And then Leacock again, one-on-one with the keeper. He tried to place it away from Fernandez. His left foot went out and he saved it. And then brilliant ball from Isaiah Garcia. Leacock took it on the chest. Out came Fernandez and he lobbed it over his head into the back of the net. Brilliant skill, a difficult chance, probably one of the harder ones he had on the night, and he took it very comfortably in the end to make it 3-0. And Isaiah Leacock has a double so far, a brace, and he's now 8 goals in the competition together with Kevin Molino. So Brent, Defence Force at the moment leading by 3-0. I think they've dominated from minute one. There was absolutely no time, in my view, that Central Sports got into the game.
Yeah, I would have to agree with you there. And even the moments when they didn't have the football, Colin, they still dominated. Because what they were aggressive in their counter-pressing, what they were in their phases of play, they just did not allow Central FC to gather or build or become anything as it relates to some sort of shape of play. It has been a dominating performance. It has been a starring performance by several of the Defence Force players, not just Leacock for his goals that he scored. When you look at the middle of the park with the likes of Keller and, of course, the likes of Sadu, who worked ever so hard to make sure they shut down, and, of course, the veteran leadership at the back with Gonzalez and Garcia, it has been a 5-star performance so far by Central FC.
And then you got Bertran on one side. Now, Thomas hasn't been in the game all that much, but I like the look of Bertran on the far side. He's been using the line well, he's getting the ball across, and the goal he took was absolutely, in my view, it was a difficult skill. The ball was headed on by Sturge. What was good about Bertran, he never gave up, and he followed that ball in. He followed that ball in, and Bertran took it nicely on the volley. Now that, on another day, that could have gone by the trees. Yeah. There are trees to the back.
Yeah, certainly so. But it certainly shows the confidence that is oozing out of this.
Let's have a look, man. Let's have a look.
This Defence Force team. And it's those type of goals that win you championships, because there is a level of confidence throughout this team. When you look 1 through 11, of course, Bigot, this is his first game of the season, and you couldn't tell by the way he's been playing at the back, although he hasn't had much to do. We look at the two in the back in Gonzalez and Garcia has been exceptional, and of course the wing back Garcia on the other side, Isaiah Garcia, I thought he has been outstanding as a right back, and of course Felix on the left. And I could go through 1 through 11 again as we have another look at the goal. But confidence and making sure that they get the job done.
And you talked about Sadu. And Sadu has made basically 2 of the goals.
Yeah.
You know, and it's because of his precise passing that he's been so good.
Yeah, and in terms of his delivery, in terms of his work rate, he's been getting the ball into the right areas. We all know Molino for being that type of player that can deliver those sorts of balls into the box, but Sadu's been able to do it. Really, really been a special performance so far by Defence Force.
Yeah, and you could really, and you made the point, really, from 1 to 11.
Yeah.
There's nobody on that field that you could say, well, they're having a very ordinary game. Keller, for example. Keller, anything loose, Keller is picking it up ahead of his defense.
Yeah, and when you look at what it means to them, look at the time and space that Sadu has to pick out the pass. Nevertheless, he maybe should have been dealt with defensively there by Elton John. He wasn't able to do so, but look at the time and space he had. Picks his head up, tries to make the pass. Elton John probably should have dealt with it here. He doesn't, stretches, and Leacock was first to the ball again, beating Fernandez as well and being able to put it in the back of the net. Of course, Colin, from a Central FC perspective, it's a difficult ask for them.
Well, I was coming to that because you made an interesting point when you said maybe Elton John could have dealt with that better. Is it a situation where Central, the defenders, are not really playing that well?
I think it's the challenge of knowing when to and when not to. I think when the likes of Molino is floating in around you as a centre-half or a defender, you don't know if to go, you don't know if to stay back, because one thing you know he has is an abundance of quality. So when he gets the football, you're thinking to yourself as a centre-half, do I go really tight with him? Do I get up there? Do I make sure that I don't allow him to play? I don't allow him to make any decisions? And that's the problem that both Mears and Elton John has. whether you go or not with Leacock. And if you do, with Molino, sorry, but if you do, there's Leacock as well.
Yeah.
There's roaming and trying to get behind you. Very difficult to play against.
What can they do? Because I expect Defence Force will play very similar in the second half.
Yeah.
What can Central FC do?
They've got to match them. They have. That's the only way to get back into the game.
Energy level?
Energy levels, the desire to win the game, the tenacity, the little things, winning second balls, of course, being first to the first balls, and just being on the same level as Defence Force. They have to do that.
Well, it's going to be very interesting here in the second half. But don't forget to download the SportsMax app so you can keep up with the game. Download it on your Apple or your Android via the App Store or on Google Play. Don't miss the action on your home of champions. So download it, and you can get all the action here at the La Joqueta Recreation Ground, just as those spectators are here getting the action. Let's take a break, and when we come back, it's going to be second half action.
We watch for the players. We watch for the goals. We watch for the memories. And the memories last forever. Rewatch matches from Arsenal and Manchester City every week on SportsMax and SportsMax 2 and relive the stories, the defeats, the triumphs. Your memories live here on your home of champions and on the SportsMax app. Stay connected when you stream on the SportsMax app.
Get ready! Australia's KFC Big Bash League is bigger, better, and louder in Season 14. Watch on your home of champions until the very last match on the 27th of January. Elevate your viewing. Download the SportsMax app today.
Match Week 18 is on in earnest in the Jamaica Premier League. Check out the upcoming televised matches.
Want to share your ultimate sports experience with the family? Introducing SportsMax app's Cast to TV feature. Now you can stream your favorite sports to the big screen. Imagine the excitement of watching live sports with your friends and family on the biggest screen in the house. With the SportsMax app's Cast to TV, you can enjoy live sports matches, highlights, and engaging analysis. Don't miss out on the action. Download the SportsMax app now and cast your TV for the ultimate sports experience.
SportsMax remains your home for Test cricket action. From January 29 to February 4, the Combank Women's Ashes Series wraps up with the only test at the MCG in Melbourne. The clash, which will be the first day-night test at the venue, will also be played with a historic 4-day pink ball. Live nightly coverage begins at 10:30 p.m. in Jamaica, 11:30 for the Eastern Caribbean on SportsMax, SportsMax Cricket, and on the SportsMax app. Don't miss out. Watch on the SportsMax app.
Well, welcome back here to the La Joqueta Recreation Ground. It's halftime. Defence Force, they lead 3-0 against MIC Central FC. And we can see the officials are making their way back out with some of the Defence Force technical staff. And the Defence Force team now making their way out onto the field. So as soon as they get into position and the MIC Central FC players get into position, we will have action here. There is a very good crowd here. The crowd has built tremendously for this second game. We didn't have such a big crowd for the first game between AC Port of Spain and Miscellaneous Police, but it has certainly grown tremendously for this second game between Defence Force and MIC Central FC. It's a tremendous crowd here. As a matter of fact, standing room only, and even that's a squeeze because it's 4 deep with the standing room, as there is the Central FC players making their way out. And again, we're focusing on some of the spectators, 1 or 2 Defence Force fans with their shirts on. Not seeing many with Central FC, but a really nice crowd. And that's the stand, even to the sides of the field. They are really, it's packed here. And there is Central FC having their final words. Sorry, Defence Force getting their final words in. They have prayers as goalkeeper Bigot hasn't had much to do this evening, so he's making his way to the goal, as Central FC coach Spence had his final word with the players. He's now walking towards the dugout, and referee Derry is going to get action underway here anytime now. And Leacock is going to get proceedings underway. Plays it to Molino. He goes wide to Felix. Felix back to Justin Garcia. Gonzalez, Isaiah Garcia. He's been playing some tremendous long balls. He decides he's going to go back to goalkeeper Bigot. Not a great clearance, but gets some distance on it. But Corbin plays it through to Charles. This is a chance, and he puts it wide. Oh my word. Well, give Bigot credit because he actually got a hand to it. I thought Charles had hit it wide, but it was heading down into the corner, and Bigot, he's come into action now, and he put it just wide. Corner taken, Sturge. Rushford complaining about a handball as Bigot dives to get it before it went outside. Good save, Brent, from Bigot.
Yeah,
finally.
I've looked at several of the Defence Force players, and they were suggesting that no one touched it, but certainly someone touched it because it went wide.
Yeah,
it was given a corner. It's probably the slightest of touch.
Yeah. Bertran to Leacock. Plays that ball nicely over on that side to Thomas. Has the shot, goes wide.
It was close. Molino there at the end. I think it may have
took a deflection.
Had a slight deflection on it. And Molino there desperate to get on a score sheet.
It was Molino? I thought it might have been Thomas taking that shot on wide. But as you rightly say, Molino is desperate. He wants to keep the run going, doesn't he?
Well, it's compatriot Leacock has gotten very close to him in the goal-scoring charts.
Well, no, they're actually level now.
They're level now, and that's what I mean, close. Probably too close to comfort.
Well, here's Felix with the corner. Goes to the far post, not a great one.
He's actually gone ahead of him. He scored 2 goals tonight, Leacock.
Yeah, I think, but
he was in 7.
Yeah,
he's gone up to.
Oh, he's gone to 9. Yeah, so he's one ahead. He's one ahead of Molino now.
Yeah.
Well, yet another corner for Defence Force. This time on the left side. So the corner seems to be Molino. He's going to take it. No, it's not Molino. Let's see, that's a good one, but straight to goalkeeper Fernandez. It was Sadu with the corner, and not Molino. And it was hit too close to the keeper, who he did well in the end. Bowls it out now towards Sturge. Sturge has now come over onto the left side, strangely enough. It's a strong challenge from Corbin. Ball played forward to Rochford, and then Corbin looking to get it even further forward, to trying to get it towards Neptune. Neptune has gone more into right back position. This is Rochford looking for Neptune, but he plays a long ball, searching ball for Corbin. Bertran. Let's see, is it? Yes, it is Central FC throw. Sturge. Garcia is brought down. Yes, says the referee, acknowledging the foul. So it's going to be a free kick for Defence Force. Here is Gonzalez. A little bit of a nudge from Leacock. The referee didn't pick it up, but still couldn't get to the ball. Ball thrown out towards Neptune, but again, Defence Force so fast, and the shot coming was just wide.
Yeah, they've been good at that all night, haven't they, Colin?
Yeah.
Just stepping in and winning footballs.
Neptune was waiting on it, and by the time Neptune realized, the ball had gone.
Felix have done it on the left-hand side, Isaiah Garcia on the right, and throughout the game, even Keller and Sadu in the middle of the park, just been first to the ball. It goes back to that conversation we had at the halftime, what Central FC needs to do to get back into the game. And a lot of it is down to their approach, their psychological approach to the game has to be better. Just has to be.
That's a good ball. Here is Defence Force again. Thomas looking to go wide as Felix made that overlapping run. Neptune playing it forward as Rochford now playing it down that line. Tyrone Charles playing it backwards, but again, Defence Force win possession. This is Leacock holding it up nicely, but eventually Sadu has to be sliding across to put in the tackle. In the meantime, Corbin is down. Let's see, is he looking for some treatment?
Well, he's himself put in a couple of challenges,
for
Corbin.
sure. Yeah.
And now he's on the receiving end of one.
So there's some of the spectators here. As I said, Brent, 3 and 4 deep watching on this game.
That's been a good watch.
Oh yeah,
spectators, as we have another look there at this challenge by Sadu. Gets the ball, but the follow-through does catch Corbin.
But here goes Charles, but a good defending again from Justin Garcia. Oh, here's Leacock. Sturge is there. Referee says nothing in it. Foul committed on Antoine. You don't want to see that. Molino was having a go.
Yeah, and I think he's feeling aggrieved that the original foul wasn't called by referee Derry.
Yeah. But he's giving yellow cards. I think he's going to give Molino a yellow. Yes, Molino gets a yellow card. And not sure who Was the
Antoine, it looks like.
Is it Antoine?
Yeah.
Let's see. Yes, it is Antoine. So yellow card for Antoine, yellow card for Molino. So a free kick for Central FC. Elton John with the free kick, sends it downfield to Ross Russell. Ball headed back. Molino. Watch out, Brent.
About to head that back into play.
I noticed that. I had to tell you watch out because I know you would have tried to head it. Well, here's Sadu playing it to Keller. Goes to Felix. Long ball up that left side. Thomas coming in field with it. Gets it to Leacock. His control, his first touch wasn't all that great. He still has possession. There's the confirmation of that yellow card to Molino and to Antoine of Central FC. Fernandez bowls it out to Sturge. Ball goes back to Mirez. Fernandez. Nice long ball. Headed forward by Gonzalez. Sadu is there. Eventually, it's picked up there by Mirez. This is Charles. Corbin. Looking to play that ball forward. Trying to get it to Rushford. Out comes Bigot. Leacock. Leacock plays a beautiful ball. Thomas is onside. They're appealing. Chips it to the far post. Headed away. This is Garcia. Isaiah Garcia. Leacock chips it to the far post. And there was Bertran trying to take the shot on the volley, but instead he connected with Neptune, and it's going to be a free kick. The free kick quickly taken. Rushford going on that right side, has Felix for company. Well, that's a great challenge from Gonzalez. He's had a good game, Brent. Yellow card. Yellow card being given to Rushford.
Yeah, it's getting a bit edgy at the moment. Yeah. Colin, I think the frustration of Central FC is starting to boil over. They do know, as we have confirmation that yellow card, they do know that they have to put one into the back of it if they have any chance of getting back into this football game. I think referee Derry is trying to let the game best play as much, but he has to be careful it doesn't spill over into chaos.
Yeah. Well, here's John, Elton John. Corbin brought down. And it's going to be a free kick. So we've been playing for just about just over 10 minutes of the second half. Still a long, long way to go. I suppose, Brent, when you're 3-0 down and you still have a lot of the game to play, you always seem to think, hey, if we can get one back somewhere along the line, we might be able to get back into this game, but it's a difficult task.
Yeah, very difficult task, and especially when you're up against a team that is swarming like defense force. Look at that, just lost the ball, won it back again.
Yep, and here they go through Bertran. Sends it, but too close to the keeper.
Yeah, full cross. Look at Sadu.
Not sure if he's given a throw or a free kick. I think it is a free kick, yep. Rushford brought down. Fernandez plays that to Mirez. Mirez plays a good ball wide towards This is Ross Russell Jr. Chips it, looking for Charles. Sia Garcia plays it back towards Gonzalez. Gonzalez in a foot race here now. It's kept in. Was in a foot race with Corbin, and Corbin brings him down. That's going to be a free kick for Defense Force. Gonzalez stays down.
Yeah.
Not too sure. Well, he gets up. I was about to say not too sure what damage that was.
I'm quite sure he would not have stayed down. He's just not that type of defender.
Yeah, well, ball played all the way into Bigot. Both Sturge and Mirez going for the same ball. That's a good header. Getting it to Ross Russell Jr. Trying to go past Garcia, not able to. Ball played back towards Sturge. Mirez, oh, he does well.
That's very well, because for a minute there I thought
yeah,
he lost it.
Garcia, he's had a cracker of a game. Bertran, and look, Garcia goes, but Mirez comes across, covers it nicely, plays it out, and it's going to be a throw for Defense Force. Bertran, Gonzalez, Garcia, Justin Garcia. Felix, long ball forward to Molino. And he's brought down. No, says the referee, he's playing it. But now he gives the free kick. So free kick for Defense Force.
And both challenges have been late on him. He's one of those players that just want to get him off the ball.
By all means, by all means necessary. Here is the ball played back.
It's a bit of
comes off of Keller, yeah. It's got to be careful. But this is Corbin to Charles, not bad. They're just not able to get possession because, again, Defense Force players are swarming all over the ball. Antoine plays a good ball wide to Neptune, to Rushford, sorry. Rushford comes in field with it, gets it to Corbin. He goes wide to Charles. What is he going to do? He's looking to take on his man and take the shot. The idea was good. The execution, unfortunately, is not so good.
Yeah, it's better from Central FC.
Yeah, they're knocking it around, aren't they?
Yeah, they've had a couple passages they have played that they started to look a little bit like the second place team.
This is Keller. Sadu. Isaiah Garcia. There's a good ball forward. Looking for Leacock. He can't control it. Away comes Antoine. David. Corbin loses out, but unfairly, says the referee from Sadu. And it's going to be a free kick. Sturge to Charles. Ross Russell Jr. Daniel David. Long ball forward to no one in particular. And Isaiah Garcia, look at the headed back towards Bigot. In the end, he gets it to Bigot. He had some work to do. Molino. Good ball to Felix. Keller. Gonzalez. Sadu. Oh, Leacock tried to turn his man. David. Still David. Ross Russell. Ball played up. Oh.
I tell you what, that was naughty. Very,
Oh, he's
very
got a red
naughty.
card. He's giving him a red card.
Yeah.
So Ross Russell is off. Well, that's interesting. Let's have a look, Brent.
Well, yeah, it's again yeah, it is.
It was
is.
high.
It's very high. It is a red card. There's no doubt about it. And
yeah, it was high, Brent. Let's have a look at it again.
From referee Derry's angle, it has to be a red. That's a red card. Yeah, there's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
I mean, from where we sit, we were looking at it face on, so we did have our question marks. But when you've looked at those two different particular angles, there's not much referee Derry could have done there.
Well, we see a couple changes being made. So there's confirmation of that red card. Ross Russell Jr. is off, so things getting from bad to worse for MIC Central FC. And we'll try and give you so let's have a look at the substitutions.
Well, it's Thomas and Leacock off, and it looks like Sam and Oliveira is on. So
Sam,
like for like. Not what you want to see if you're Central FC.
Yeah, well, I tell you what. So Sam is on, and Oliveira. Yeah, there's Oliveira. So Leacock is off, and the other one off, Brent?
Thomas.
So Sam and Oliveira. And here's Molino. Oliveira gets his first touch. Headed up. Rushford. So there's confirmation of the substitution. Thomas is off. Oliveira is on. And Leacock is off. And Sam is on. Neptune is off for Central FC. In a moment yes, so 22 is out, who is Neptune, and the player on, we'll give you in a minute his name, as that ball is played in field. Ball played downfield, but Corbin can't get it. So Sylvester. So Sylvester is the man on. Ball thrown into Corbin. So they're with 10 men. That ball is played towards David. Has a shot, but goes wide. Goal kick for Defence Force. Ball played forward towards Felix. Long ball. Oliveira on the chase. He's fresh. He's got a lot of speed. Long ball to nobody in particular. Bigot comes out. Plays it to Isaiah Garcia. Bertran. Ball played wide. Back to Isaiah Garcia. Molino. Too close to the keeper. But he judged it well. I don't want to comment. I thought he was coming forward and then the ball was going over his head, Brent. And but in the end, it worked out well for him.
Yeah, it would have been gross overlooked there by Hernandez. And I just thought for one split second he lost coverage of his seat there. But he certainly didn't.
We see a player down. Let's see who is. Looks like David. Yeah, it is. It is Daniel David looking to get some treatment. So I suppose the good thing you can say for Central FC in the second half, they've not conceded. And I suppose that's the positive. And now with 10 men, it'll be a Herculean effort for them to keep the score down to 3-0.
It was always going to be difficult coming into the second half, and it's been made even more challenging with the red card. You'd have to say that the effort has been better.
Oh yeah, for sure.
By Central FC, and that's one of the things that you wanted to see from them.
But why is that? Is it because Defence Force they've not had that energy level as they did in the first half?
Well, I think it's just the fact that as a player, sometimes when you go into those sorts of situations, being 3-0 up, there is a slight level of complacency, very slight. And you know that the team has to bring the game to you. So you do have a little bit of playing on the back foot a bit, and I think that's what happened to Defence Force. But now they've gone back into that mode that we saw in the first half. They did take a little while to get started, but they're certainly back into it now.
Well, Daniel David has gone off the field, and so they're now down to 9 with the referee.
Some delights there.
Yeah.
Colin.
I saw you licking your lips. Here is Defence Force on the attack through Oliveri. Brent Sam, he gets his first touch. Back to Oliveri. They go wide to Felix. Sadu. Gonzalez. Lovely turn. But eventually they lose out. Ball played wide. This is Corbin. Oh, that's a poor ball. One back by Gonzalez. Played through. Looking to get Sam going there was Bertran. Nice long ball, but Garcia is there. Isaiah Garcia heads it on to Bertran. Just about 18 minutes left in this game. Defence Force leading comfortably, as they did in the first half, by 3-0. They haven't scored yet in the second half, but they're not in danger at all of giving up that lead. They've taken off their leading scorer in Isaiah Leacock, who has had 2 for the evening. I don't think they're going to be too bothered, because they've brought on Brent Sam, and we all know what he is capable of. Bertran, Gonzalez, Molino, Bertran goes all the way back to, on that half line is Garcia, goes wide to Oliveri. Felix. Oliveri. Felix coming forward with it now. A driving run by him. Is he looking for the shot? He has! Fernandez is not able to hold on to it, but recovered quickly. So there was Felix, and that was not his stronger foot. He's more left-footed. So he drove through the middle, and he had that shot with his right foot. Brent had some power.
Yeah, almost parted like the Red Sea.
Well, here is Garcia, Justin Garcia, going all the way back to Bigot. Felix in the thick of action here. Makes a run again. Seems to be super fit, isn't he? Oliveri, as the rest of the defense force unit, looks to go in field with it, has to go back. Ball wide. Oliveri making that run forward. He loses out to Sylvester, who came on as a substitute. And it goes out, and it's going to be a corner. See a substitution being made. Daniel David is off.
Yeah, he looked like he got a horrific injury.
Yep. And corner.
Really hope he's
all right, isn't he?
Yeah, because such a talented midfielder. There he is.
Yeah. Oh, ice pack going on.
Yeah, he didn't come off on his own. He had to be escorted off.
And let's hope he's all right. Well, Cordell Samuel has come on for him as that ball is played wide. This is the man getting his first touch. Samuel has to go back to Sturge. Corbin. Antoine. Sylvester. So they're holding with 10 men, Brent. They're not doing badly, are they? They're holding possession as Fernandez. Long ball looking for Rushford. He goes back to Sylvester. Trying to find Charles. Rushford on the run. Gets it across, and it just eludes Charles. Well, it took a deflection, so it's gone behind for a corner. I would like to tell you, Brent, that they're playing better with 10 men.
Yeah. It's a good flash across the goal. I might say that as well, Colin. First time they've really had...
Bigot got a hand to it.
Yeah, a good bit of possession. And eventually that went wide, and it's just been a lot more fluid than we've seen from Central FC. Well, certainly from a possession point of view.
Yeah, they're passing the ball around nicely, and I just think defense force they've come off the pedal a little bit.
Yeah, maybe the changes have had them a little bit jaded. It's not that drive to get forward that they had in the first half.
Sadu goes wide. Bertran not able to control it. Sturge being put under pressure by Brent Sam. This is Antoine. And he eventually goes down very late. I think he's calling for some assistance. Molino picks him up, and I think he's okay now.
Certainly those two have been to the wars.
Yeah, they have been.
Good to see that they've sorted out their differences. Molino picking them up eventually.
Well, here is Oliveri. Justin Garcia. Sadu gets it to Isaiah Garcia. Good ball from Keller. Up that right side goes Garcia. That's too close to the keeper.
Yeah, just needed a lot more care.
Yeah. Correct.
I think Sturge is in trouble again.
Well, the referee's going to have a word with him, as if to say, listen, you're already down to 10. You don't want to go down to 9, do you? Rushford trying to play it on towards Charles, but defense force come away with it. Sadu, Isaiah Garcia. Gonzalez to Sam. Sam goes wide on that left side towards Felix and then goes forward for that ball. Molino turns with it, plays a lovely ball to Bertran. Can he get his second goal here this evening? And, well, he goes down, but the referee says goal kick.
Not sure what he waited on there, Bertran.
Lovely turn from Molino.
He should have probably used his left foot, open his body, or lean it to your right, and probably use your left foot and hit across the goal. Instead, he tried to go line or to the byline and cross it back. That chance was well a begging there for him. He's put in a shift. The number 15 for defense force. Look at it here, Colin. Once Molino makes his pass, open your body up, use your left foot there. Instead, he tries to go down to the line and
good defending in the end by Mires.
Yeah, give him credit.
Closed them down.
Stuck with it.
Ball played out left side from Felix. Felix is a bundle of energy. He doesn't stop running, does he? And he's won a corner for his team. Just got about 10 minutes left in this second half. We'll have to wait and see just how much added on time the referee will give in the end. Defense force looking to make a couple of changes. They're comfortable, so I think they can give one or two other players a run and rest some of the key players. Sadu. Shot comes, but too tame to beat Fernandez. Long kick, but no red shirts around. Here's the ball played wide. It's played forward. Sam. Fernandez. Not sure what he wants to do with it. He's looking for some movement. He decides to go left-sided, but it's hit too hard and too wide, and Charles can't get it. Charles goes down, obviously cramping up. You see some substitutions here. Bertran is off for defense force, and Cooper is on. So Cooper on for Bertram. We see as well Molino is off. And Adriel George is the man on for Molino. Just thought they would have looked to give and Central FC, they've made Tyrone Charles is off and Kevin Showtime Woodley is on. So Showtime, it's time for that, Brent. Last 7.5 minutes. What can he do? Well, he's in possession. Looks to play it to Rushford. Rushford goes down. Referee says, yes, he does give the free kick. It's about to say the referee felt that the ball was played. Just 7 minutes left. another substitution. Well, the substitution now being held up by the fourth official. Woodley coming on for Charles. Referee, the fourth official, just holding up the board out of our picture. But Rushford has a free kick here. Seems that he's going to go for goal. Long way out. I tell you, have to have some power behind it. Well, not a bad effort, but straight to goalkeeper Bighead. Rolls it out to Felix. Long ball, offside. Oliveri in an offside position. Went a little too early. Sylvester looking for Woodley. He goes down, but referee says nothing in it. Sadu. He's had a good game, Brent.
He's had an outstanding game.
Tell you, who's your man of the match?
That's a tough one. Has to be Leacock, isn't it, for his goals?
Yeah, I suppose so. Oh, that's a brilliant ball, but Sam is not going to get there. It's hit a little too far ahead of him, and out came Fernandez. Mirez. Keller wins it, but gives it away to Sylvester. Woodley going forward with it. Stops and looks around, looks for some support, gets the backward support from Sylvester, and eventually Sadu is there to clear it away. Cooper losing out towards Sturge. Fernandez just plays nearest touch. So let's have a look at the SportsMax moment. Of course, Brent, it was that header from Leacock. Lovely ball from Sadu, and the goalkeeper Fernandez came out and Leacock beat him to it.
Yeah, left him in no man's land. Leacock there first, and that's your SportsMax moment.
Well, Goddard is making his way on. There is Goddard has made his way on for Sadu. All the way back to Bighead. There goes Felix. There goes Felix, but putting the ball straight into the hands of Fernandez. Isaiah Garcia wins it nicely here. Is he going to look to get it across? He does. Just goes behind Oliveri. Sylvester wins it. Oh, that ball eventually he's brought down. I think a yellow card is going to be shown. So the yellow card given there to Keller. Looks to be Keller who's got that yellow card for the foul on Rushford. No doubt Leacock for his goals, Brent, the man of the match, and he could have, as I said, he could have easily have had 4 goals there this evening. Just seemed to be getting, and he was substituted. You know, else he could have certainly been. So yellow card. Justin Garcia and not Keller getting that yellow card. Antwine has to go back towards Elton John. He goes further back to Fernandez. Just about a minute and a half left, and we'll tell you just how much added on time there will be. Long ball, searching ball there. So, foul committed as Gonzalez, as Isaiah Garcia was going into the back of man who came on as a substitute.
Looks like the centre half, Mears, he stayed up.
Oh, Mayer, oh yeah, he's gone forward. Yeah, you're right. It's Malik Mirez who's gone more into a striking role. So we've just got about 40 seconds left of the full time before the full time whistle goes, but we've had 4 minutes of added on time, we understand. Here's Rushford with another long range effort that Bigot holds on to. Not going to beat a class keeper from that range unless it's a cracking shot up into the corner of the net. But Bigot getting his body behind the ball. We have just about a few seconds left, and then we go into added on time. This is Felix. Oliveira. Ball played back to Sturge. Gives it to Fernandez. Brings Sturge back into play. Fernandez plays it down this left side. Goddard. Ball played to his left. Olivieri tangling there with Sylvester, and it goes out. It's going to be a throw for Defence Force. Already into the 4 minutes of added on time. Felix. So Defence Force not able to get a goal thus far in the second half. They got all 3 goals in the first half. Goals coming in the 11th minute through Leacock, the 17th minute through Bertran, and the 30th minute through Leacock. And the second half, even though Central FC are down to 10 men, they're still not able to add to their 3 goals. Felix. Good ball to Sam. Can he finish? Has a shot and it goes wide. Well. Did everything right there, Brent Sam. He held off the defender. He went for the far post and it just missed. Excellent bit of play from Brent Sam. But he was just wide. Long ball from Fernandez. Headed back by Gonzalez. Just about 2 minutes left of the added on time to play. And Defence Force increasing their lead at the top of the table. They go to 21 points, 7 victories from their 7 games. You now have Central FC remaining on 15, and they're joined by AC Port of Spain. So Defence Force opening a 6-point lead at the moment. And I tell you what, they're going to take some beating based on this performance tonight. Ball played through, this could be a chance. Good bit of defending. Excellent defending in the end. So we're in the final minute of the 4 minutes of added on time. I think Central FC, their performance in the second half would give them some sort of comfort. Well, not the game in total, because they'll be walking away with a 3-0 loss. But that's a foul. Samuel just barging in to George. Or barging into Cooper, I should say, and not George. So this could be the final bit of action here. It's a free kick for Defence Force. We're coming up to the 4 minutes of added on time. And Bertran is going to line it up. Question is, can he do what Shea Benny did in the first game for AC Port of Spain from a free kick? So we've played the 4 minutes now, and we up to, after this free kick, how much more time referee Derry will add on. So here is Bertran. Is he going to go for goal? Bet he is. And it goes right through the wall. And Fernandez couldn't hold on to it. Oh, that's a brilliant save in the end. And by Sylvester, and the referee blows his whistle. So we've had action right down to the final minute when Defence Force could have added to the lead. And unfortunately for them, Sylvester was on spot. Goalkeeper Felix couldn't hold on to the free kick. And the ball was going into the back of the net. And what a good stop in the end. Sylvester running back had to kick it out, and that was all she wrote. So Defence Force coming away here in this second game by 3-0. They've won it quite comfortably. The goals from Leacock, 2. He had it in the 11th minute, the 17th minute from Bertran, and then Leacock again in the 38th minute. That was all she wrote here, and that is confirmation there of the score. Defence Force 3, MIC Central FC 0. And this is of course the second game of the doubleheader. In the first game, AC Port of Spain, they triumphed 2-0 against Miscellaneous Police FC. But here in this game, Defence Force was always in command. Let's have a look at the highlights. Of course, referee Derry got the second half action. Well, this is highlights of the first half as well, because that's when all the goals scored. And Leacock, they scored the first opener. Great ball from Sadu, and there was the Leacock. Then the free kick from Sadu coming off the head of Sturge, going to the far post, and Bertran came in and volleyed it sweetly into the back of the net. And what a ball from Garcia, taken on the chest from Leacock, and then just putting it over the goalkeeper's head to make it 3-0. Then we went into the second half. Action wasn't as intense as the first half, but here Charles had an opportunity to pull one back, and there was Christopher Biggett just getting his fingertips to it and pushing it over to the side of the goal, and then a shot. Well, it was a cross, but it certainly nearly turned into a shot and went over the bar. Shot come in, and Fernandez just barely holding on to it as Felix made that run straight through the middle, had the right-footed shot. He's normally a left footer, but he had it with the right foot, had some power behind it. Fernandez couldn't hold on to it, but in the end he was able to do enough, so that ball was not going into the back of the net. But a great run from Felix, just wormed his way through the middle of the field, and in the end Fernandez did his job. So that is the situation here. It's 3-0. Defence Force winning, and let's have a look there of the man of the match getting his prize. There is Isaiah Leacock. He's going to have a word now with Brent Sancho.
Well, that's right. I'm joined by the man of the match, Isaiah Leacock. 2 goals today, takes your tally to 9. Must be a happy young man.
Well, of course. It's always a pleasure to score.
Well, of course, competition in the starting lineup for Defence Force is always difficult, but you're proving your worth. 9 goals so far this season, Defence Force undefeated. Tell me the mood in the dressing room. How are the boys feeling?
Well, a victory is always good amongst the camp and the coaching staff.
Well, of course, complacency is one of the things that you don't want getting into your game. Do you see Defence Force going on and winning, of course, the first round and going on to win the second round as well and eventually the league? That's a hope for Defence Force. So some of your goals, of course, the goals that you scored, 2 goals today, goals every game so far. I have to ask you, game number 8, goal again?
Come on, it's a pleasure scoring.
Certainly, Sir Isaiah Leacock. Congratulations, you are the reboot man of the match.
Thanks.
That is Isaiah Leacock, of course, the man of the match for this encounter. I'm now joined by head coach of MIC Central FC Reboot. Of course, coach, a difficult fixture, probably undone in the first half. A better second half by your team. Your assessment?
Yes, definitely. Kudos to the Defence Force, well-oiled machine, and it reflected out there. We made some adjustments and we were able to kind of keep ourselves in the game.
Well, let's talk about some of them adjustments, because obviously the second half was a lot better for Central FC. What did you say when you go into that locker room during the halftime break?
Just a matter of moving some personnel around in different positions and identifying the areas that we were giving up a little bit too much space, and in doing that we were able to get ourselves back into it. Unfortunately, with the red card, it put us a man down, and we had to adjust again.
Well, of course, all the best in the rest of your fixtures, coach, and certainly all the best in your next fixture. Thank you very much. That was Coach Spence of MIC Central FC Reboot. Certainly now joined by assistant coach of Defence Force, Coach Sharma. Good result, 3-0 in the first half, game done and dusted by then. You must be proud of the boys and the 90 minutes, your assessment.
Yeah, we're very proud. Most of all, proud of the clean sheet today. I mean, we only had 1 for the season, and this is a great start to build off of for the future.
Well, I know a lot of the conversations around the offensive display, Kevin Molino, Isaiah Leacock, but your thoughts on the 2 stalwarts at the back in Garcia and Gonzalez?
I mean, again, quality all around. I mean, Garcia and Gonzalez, they did very well. They dominated. They actually demanded how we play today. And kudos to them, and hopefully they could continue that, show a passion that they gave us there tonight.
I think the obvious question to most of our viewers and a lot of people here in La Hocketa, can Defence Force maintain this hot streak that they're on?
By the grace of God, with the hard work and the quality that we have, I believe we can. We just have to do what we're supposed to do, and it is possible.
Well, thank you very much, Coach, and all the best in the rest of your fixtures.
Thanks, man.
Of course, Coach Sharma there explaining that anything is possible with God's grace. At the end of it here, of course, the first game between the Miscellaneous Police FC and that encounter that they won, AC Porterspin won in that first encounter, and this second encounter here between Defence Force, who had 3 goals, against MIC Central FC Reboot to 0. That means Defence Force stay to the summit of the table at the top. Isaiah Leacock is the leading goal scorer. On behalf of myself and the rest of the production team, we look forward to seeing you again soon.
Totally Male has been around since 1994. Our primary focus is the aesthetic upgrading of all males. Our highly skilled team of women are trained, professional, and committed to first-class customer service. Centrally located at 6 Windsor Avenue, New Kingston, Jamaica. Totally Male is your man cave, where we offer cable, private rooms, and a beverage of your choice while you're being pampered. Totally Male, a woman's touch for the exceptional man.
A single game. We will also learn about the story of Martí Riera, a Girona FC fan with a big heart who has Guillain-Barré syndrome. Hello. Thank you for becoming a member and congratulations. Thank you, thank you. How are you? Is everything okay? Very good. That's good. Let's watch some wrestling. Good. I've just arrived. Well, apart from football, which is my life, I have another passion that I have been watching since I was a child, which is Canarian wrestling. It's a big sport here in the Canary Islands, which is now practiced on all the islands except La Gomera. It's a very, very old sport. The old farmers who lived here on the island spent their free time wrestling. They would wear a pair of trousers, grab onto each other's trousers and see who would be the first to fall. As it became more professional, it gained fame, and in the end, it's almost a professional sport, even to the point where there are wrestlers who dedicate themselves completely to wrestling. Every Canarian child has, at some point in their life, put on wrestling clothes and wrestled. I started watching wrestling when I was very young because of my brother, and I became interested in it. Later on, when I got into football, I only watched football. And it just so happened that when I was 18, I started going out with my current partner, whose father was the president of Cruce Arinaga, of the Roque Nublo Wrestling Club, and his brother was a wrestler, so I got fully involved in wrestling again. Since then, I've been right back into it again. I really like watching it. Come on. Come on, let's take a photo. I'm here. How are we? Okay. Good luck. How are we doing? Okay. Here it is divided into categories. There is the first category in which there are puntales. These are competitions by island, and then there is the regional competition, which is like the Champions League of Canarian wrestling, where the best compete. They classify you according to percentages. If you have a good percentage, then maybe they will move you up a category, and you go up by categories until you reach Puntal A. It's very similar to judo, although it is true that judo is looser. In the bout, you are always holding on to the pants. Your right hand is usually on the other person's trousers or behind their back. You have to throw your opponent and make him touch the sand, the tatami or the grass with any part of his body, using tricks. In judo, they are called locks. In Canarian wrestling, they're called mania. It is a competition, 12 against 12, and the best of 3 fights. I think he goes to wrestling as often as he goes to football. In wrestling, they say skill is worth more than strength. Sometimes the small wrestler throws the big one. And sometimes it's true that I prefer the football pitch with my body. But maybe if I had continued practicing wrestling, who knows? If the match has been fairly good or is of a higher category, or you throw the opponent, you go around collecting coins and the public gives you coins. coins or notes. There are many wrestlers who do this professionally. They dedicate themselves morning and evening to competing. Look, in the middle, they don't have Epifanio or Carmelo Amador. It's true that football is my daily life. I compete in it in the morning and I'm thinking about it all day long. How are you? You're crazy. Yeah, they've been great matches. But when I switch off, I'm even in a WhatsApp group with a lot of wrestlers. I listen to a Canarian wrestling podcast. So I'm almost more involved in that than in football. In the future, I don't rule out taking over a wrestling team, becoming president and seeing what happens. Let's see if we sign you and we make a comeback. When I retire, who knows? But for now, I'm focused on football and my future. Hi, I'm Mejo Codro, and I used to play for Real Sociedad. I've fallen in love with many things about San Sebastian. We started here because one time when I arrived here in San Sebastian, it was the first place I visited. When you come here at night, you don't see all where you came from, but when you get up in the morning, you see all of this. At La Real, Toshak was coach at that time. Toshak sent a couple of scouts to see me in a couple of games in the Yugoslavian League. And once I got here, I saw what I saw. I saw the Real Sociedad facilities, and the rest is history. There were very tough years. I left Bosnia, and when I came here, the war started about 5 or 6 months in. Living through all that, what happened in the Balkans, specifically in Bosnia, was very, very difficult. I was continually looking for ways of communicating with the family I had that had stayed in Bosnia. I connected with Ramon Lobo when he was there. One day he met a very close relative of mine in Mostar, and I got the contact through a person from La Real. They said that maybe through him you could send something from time to time, or at least receive some news. Many people from La Real were also involved in this, and through them we looked for certain forms of communication. They're a very beloved club for me. They welcomed me here and gave me the opportunity to work here. I'm very, very grateful to them. After leaving football, they greatly influenced me to choose this city, to stay and live here. Now, come with me. I'm going to show you a very important place for me, where I spent 4 wonderful years in San Sebastian. Real Sociedad means a lot to me. I say it many times that they are, alongside Velez Mostar, which is my club, my team for life, Real Sociedad are perhaps the most important thing that has happened to me in the world of football. When I come back here, I feel nostalgic. I'm a bit curious too. When I was here in 1993, I was one of the first at this ground, Anoeta, and everything was very different. What really caught my attention was the smell. The smell of the changing room, the smell of the kits, the balls. It's something that I think is familiar, but it's still, there's something that is, despite so many changes, recognizable. I feel important at times. The fact that people remember me after so many years is already significant for me, and I feel proud of it. I coached the youth team at La Real, the second team at La Real. For me, it was like a continuation of something I loved, and above all, at a club that I also loved a lot. I would have liked to have experienced winning a trophy with La Real and see what that feeling is like. Plaza Guipúzcoa, in addition to being very beautiful, is very important here in San Sebastian. Here we are practically in the center of San Sebastian. Here we have the provincial council, but also when Real Sociedad win a trophy, they come here to celebrate. When they achieve that, of course, there's a lot of joy, a lot of people come here to celebrate with the players. It's very nice. Unfortunately, when La Real won the Copa del Rey 3 or 4 years ago, they couldn't celebrate it because of COVID. The important thing here is that many things start and end at a table. Pinchos are often the main attraction here in Donosti. San Sebastian is a city well known for good food, good restaurants, and good pinchos. In general, the people are very friendly, and from the first moment here, I felt very good, very well loved. In fact, after leaving football, I came back and stayed here to live. I've always felt very well integrated. I do feel part of the people who live in San Sebastian.